Which word we use so far? Kataba, right? So let's continue with kataba. Kataba is he wrote, present tense. Yaktubu is he writes, right? Yaktubu, the two of them write. Yaktubani, and they write is yaktubuna. Clear? He, they two, right? And they plural. You write is what? Okay, let's do the feminine version. She writes. What she writes? She writes here taktubu. Right? Here, this is she. Here taktubu. The two of them, right, is feminine. Taktubani. And they plural, right? Feminine is what? Yaktubna. Right? Yaktubna. Yaktubna. Does these two, you have the ta for the third person. Right? All the other third persons is what? Yeah. Right? Clear? So that's he, they two, and they plural. Now you write, masculine. You write is, I'm reading with present tense, right? Taktubu. Let me just space it out a little more. You write is taktubu. Taktubu. That's you write. The two of you write is taktubani. 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 And you all write is taktubuna. Right? Taktubuna. So this is you two, and you plural. Remember? Masculine. So the ta, in all of the second person, you're going to have a ta. Right? All the second person, when you're speaking to you, you're going to have a ta. All of the third person, you're going to have a ya, except for these two. Right? Except for these two. Now, you're speaking to a female. You write, or you are writing. Like if you ask Fatima, yeah, Fatima, what are you writing? What are you going to say? Mada taktubina, right? Mada taktubina. Like in a conversation, mada tatlubina min at-ta'am, right? Taktubina. Taktubina. Now the two of you, right? Same thing. Taktubani. Taktubani. Feminine, right? Taktubani. So this taktubani, right? For the two of you, masculine, the two of you, feminine, whether it's mixed masculine, feminine, and also they too feminine. Taktubani, taktubani, taktubani. Now note the waw and the noon is always used for the plural masculine. Plural masculine, right? Waw and noon. If it's third person, it's going to be used with the ya. Plural masculine with the ya. If it's a second person, going to be used with the ta. Plural masculine. Right? Now, you all right. You all right. Where are you going to be? Now, here, this ya representing the third person, and this noon representing feminine. Like how waw and noon here representing masculine, right? Here the noon representing feminine. More specifically, is this actual waw that is representing the masculine. The masculine plural. Does this waw, right? This noon representing something else. But for now, you can say the waw and the noon. Now, if this noon is representing feminine, if you got to guess, you all right, plural, where you going to be? Right? Where you going to be? No, yaktubna is for third person. Taktubna, right? Taktubna. Taktubna. Right? Clear? Taktubna. Now we have what we have remaining. First person. Now first person is the easiest. Right? For both masculine and feminine, it's going to be I, right, is aktubu. And we, right, is naktubu. Naktubu. Right? And the same thing for the feminine. Right? Now, you get two aspects of it. Understanding it, understanding the conjugation. Like if you notice, you see this alif return for the dual. So in the present, in the, what do you call it? In the present tense and the past tense, the dual, there is an alif, right? Kataba, kataba. Katabat, kataba, ta. Right? For the dual form of a noun, right? There is an alif in the marfu state, kalamani. Right? So a lot of time, the alif represents dual. Now, in the beginning stage, you want to memorize this like how you memorize alphabet. First, what you do, memorize A, B, C, D, E, F, G, all the way to the end, right? Alif, ba, ta, tha, jim, ha, kha. And then you focus on the individual song and usage. So same thing, memorize this one table. But as I said, be conscious of what each one is referring to. So you memorize yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna. Taktubu, taktubani, taktubna. And just memorize it like that. Yaktubu, yaktubani, yaktubuna. Taktubu, taktubani, yaktubna. And just memorize the entire table like that. Then, when it comes to speaking, which I said is the least important thing, don't think too much. You just use anyone that comes to your mind first. If you get corrected, you correct yourself and keep moving. But when it comes to the reading and the and listening, you try to match, figure it out properly. Like with the past tense is easier to apply to other type of verbs. With the present tense, once you know what the first present tense is, you follow the pattern with the rest. The vowel that's going to change is maybe the one on the ya. So for example, let's take the word, he accepts Islam. Or let's see another word. A regular use word. Huh? That is not regularly used. Huh? No, other than three-letter verb. Huh? Let's use the word allama, right? Allama means he thought, right? He thought. So, what is the present tense for allama? Allama, yu'allimu. Yu'allimu. So now what's different? There's a dhamma on the ya. So once you know what vowel is on the ya, you continue the rest on the same pattern. Everything else remain the same. So here you add alif and noon. So what's the dual gonna be? You're not gonna say ya'lamani or ya'allamani. What are you gonna say? Yu'allimani, right? Yu'allimani, right? The same concepts throughout, the same addition you're doing on this, exactly the same way. What's different is this ya, because that's the way the verb is conjugate. This verb, allama, you say yu'allimu, you put a dhamma, so you continue like that. Yu'allimani. The plural gonna be what? Yu'allimuna. Yu'allimuna. She teaches. Gonna be what? No, if she right is taktubu, she teaches gonna be tu'allimu. Right? You put back the ta. This dhamma, you know that this is the dhamma for this dhamma is for the scale, right? Any verb like allama, kabbara, sabbaha, right? Going to conjugate with a dhamma. But the ta, the waw, the noon, the aleph, the noon, all of those going to remain the same for each conjugation. So she teaches tu'allimu. The two of them teaches going to be what? Teach is going to be what? Tu'allimani. They plural teaches, right? The women are teaching. Sorry, teach. They plural teach, right? The women are teaching. What are you going to say? Tu'allimna, right? Sorry, yeah. You're going to say? Yu'allimna. You're going to say what? Yu'allimna. Everything else remained the same. What changed? Just this dhamma, because this scale, the mudari for it has a dhamma. Now let's apply it here now. Let me see. Okay, so the sisters, you can always participate. You teach. What is you teach? If taktubu is you write, you teach going to be what? Tu'allimu. Tu'allimu. The two of you teach. Tu'allimani. Right? You plural teach. You all teach it. Teach. Tu'alli. Tu'allimuna. Right? You feminine teach. Teach. Right? You are teaching. You're speaking to a female. Tu'allimina. تعلمين. The dual تعلماني. The plural where's the plural? تعلمنا. Right? You see the ta, the sukun on the second to last, noon, fatha. I teach. It's I teach. أعلم. We teach. نعلم. Now let's say all right. All right, there's going to be a template. There's going to be a homework based on this, inshallah, to see on how much the understanding. The blue is a little bit light. Huh? No, it's all right. Turn the entire pole, a little, yeah. Okay. So that's the present tense verb. Let's go through the text. النص أهمية الصلاة. So this is the 11th lesson, الدرس الحادي عشر. أهمية الصلاة. أهمية means importance, right? This entire word is importance. The word is not hamiyya, and I is for question, no. Right? The word is ahamiyya. Ahamiyya. Ahammiyatus salah. The importance of salah. Right? From the word muhim. Muhim means important, right? Important. Muhim means important. And the masdar for the word is, the verbal noun, the importance is ahammiya. Right? But this word muhim is actually on the doer scale. Important. Why is it on the doer scale? It's from the verb ahamma. Like in Surah Ali Imran, وَطَائِفَةٌ مِّنْهُمْ أَهَمَّتْهُمْ أَنفُسُهُمْ. Ahammat, right? Ahamma, feminine form, ahammat, hum is them, anfusuhum, themselves. Ahamma means like to worry something or to cause something to be concerning. When you ahamma something, you worry, like if I ahamma, well, ahamma is he, right? But ana uhimmu, huwa ahamma, ana uhimmu, present tense. If I uhimmu ka, that means I worry you with something or I cause you to be concerned about something. Right? It means what? I worry you something, or I cause you to be concerned about something. Now, if I uhimmuka directly without something else, it's going to mean I concern you or I worry you. So the thing that is concerning you and worrying you is not something that is important. Right? That's where they get the translation important from. But it's the doer form. That is just a side, what do you call it? Latifa. Fact, what is called thing? Fun fact at the bottom of the page. Yeah, if you get it, you get it. Right? So وَطَائِفَةٌ مِّنْهُمْ أَهَمَّتْهُمْ أَنفُسُهُمْ. Right? Their own self concerned them. They didn't worry about Allah and His Messenger. They were only concerned about themselves. So the thing that concern you or worry you is muhim. Right? Is muhim. Come to this thing. Okay. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, the Messenger صلى الله عليه وسلم said, إن أول ما يحاسب به العبد يوم القيامة من عمله صلاته فإن صلحت فقد أفلح وأنجح وإن فسدت فقد خاب وخسر. Right, famous dua, hadith. Right, inna is verily, awwal is force, ma is alladhi, that which. Right, ma here means alladhi. Inna awwala alladhi yuhasab. Right. So ma here means what, or that which. It's the same meaning of alladhi, one of the meaning of ma. Yuhasab, to be accountable for. To be accountable for. He was accountable for, he is accountable for. Right? He is reckoned for. It's used with the be. So the first, verily the first thing which al-abd yuhasab bihi, the servant will be accountable for it, is what? Yawm al-qiyamah, on the day of judgment, min amalihi, from his actions, is what? Salatu, his salah. Again, understand each word. That is the first main important thing. The meaning of each word. As for the structure of the sentence, if you don't get it, you just got to keep reading it. If you don't get it today, go back tomorrow. Then keep reviewing it every now and again. Right? The structure going to take a while. Some of the structures going to take a while to what you call it, synchronize with your brain. Right? You might not get it till next year, but you can't leave it off. If you leave it off, you will never get it. So each word, inna, we know verily. Awwal is first. Ma means alladhi, that which. Yuhasab means he is accountable for, or he will be accountable for. Right? For example, if I say the word yuktab. Yuktab means what? It is written. Right? Yaktub, he writes. Yuktab, it is written. Right? So he's accountable for who? The servant. The first thing the servant is accountable for will be reckoned for on the day of judgment from his actions. Now where we get actions from? Right? Literally it means from his action. But remember we mentioned yesterday, when the word in a mudaf construction can mean have a general meaning. So how we know here it's general? Because obviously he has more than one action. More than one, actions or more than one deeds. So verily the first thing that the servant will be accountable for it on the day of judgment from his action, meaning from his actions, salatu, is his salah. Fa'in, so if it Saluhat means to be salih, to be good. We wait for the adhan.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Hayya ala salat. Hayya ala salat. Hayya ala falah. Hayya ala falah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah.
Fa'in, right, we mentioned fa has two general meanings, then and so, right, as a result of what preceded. So the first thing he is going to be accountable for is his salah. So now after the accountability, fa'in saluhat. So if it is good, right? Saluha means to be salih. Saluha means to be salih, to be good, to be upright. It can be one. Saluha. If it is good, right? Faqad aflaha wa anja. Now this fa in is a condition. If it is good. Now if it is good, what's going to happen? There has to be an answer to this condition. Now this fa here is to give you the answer for that condition. Right? So it's like then in English, in this context. The fa here is to give you the answer of the previous condition. Right? You remember we mentioned something similar, like the word amma. Right? As for such and such, there's going to be an answer now to this as for. What's going to happen? You introduce the answer with the fa. Right? فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُ. As for the one whose scale is heavy. Now what's the answer for that as for? فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ. Right? He is in pleasing abode. So this fa, what is the purpose of this fa? What is the purpose of the fa? Right? The answer of the condition that is before. If it is good. What's happened if it is good? He has indeed, right? Remember we mentioned qad. Qad is a means of emphasis, right? Faqad, he has indeed aflah, being, he has indeed prospered or succeeded. Wa anjah, right? Both similar meaning, right? Aflaha, maybe you can, in this context, more with prospered, right? Success, prosper. And anjah from najah. From najah is like when you pass an exam is najah. When you pass a trial is najah. When you come out of a fitna is najah. Right? فَقَدْ أَفْلَحَ وَأَنْجَحَ. He have prospered and succeeded. So aflah from لَيْقَرَ أَفْلَحَ الْمُؤْمِنُونَ. Right? Aflaha from muflihun, the doer. And anjah is najah. You use anjah in the context of coming out of trial, coming out of an exam. Did you pass your exam? Hal anta najih, right? That's anjah. Yeah. And aflah does not necessarily mean there is a trial. Aflah, the one who aflah, doesn't necessarily mean he aflah from a trial. You understand? So that's why the word prospered is good in this for the actual wording. Like a person who is a good businessman, right? You can say he aflah in his business. Doesn't necessarily mean he went through last and he went through turmoil and so. You understand? But he aflah in his business. He prospered in his business, in his wealth. You know, ask something? No. Clear the little difference between the two?
Yeah. Why does the qad have a fa on it?
Why the who?
The qad has a fa on it.
Which card?
Right here.
I asked you this question and you answer it. This is the question I just asked you and you answer the question. All right, you got to figure it out because you answered the question already. I just asked you what it's fa for and you answer it. You need some of this thing? Wa in fasadat, and if fasadat, it is corrupted. What? The salah, right? Faqad, what is the fa here for? The answer for the condition. For he has indeed khab wa khasir. He has indeed failed and lost. He has indeed failed and lost. Khasir, right? Everyone knows the word khasir. Right? Wal asr innal insana lafi khusr. Lafi khusr. So khasira, he lost. Yakhsaru, the present tense. Ikhsir is the command. And the masdar, the verbal noun, is the khusr, right? The last. Mankind is in khusr. And the one who is last, the doer, is what? The loser for the Arabic. Khasir. Khusran, remember khasira, 3 letter, is on the scale fa'il, right? Khasir. Right? The losers. Khasirin. Al-khasirun. Right? The doer is in the Quran too. Which verse? Right? And khaba is failure. Khaba is failure. Where is the mouse? وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Let's try, let me finish off the two before Salah. The Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, you still leaving? Aswa'un nasi sariqatan alladhi yasriqu salatah la yutimmu ruku'aha wa la sujudaha. Aswa is from sayyi, su, right? So aswa is like akbar. Kabir is big, akbar is big or biggest, right? Remember we did a little glimpse of these. Sagir, small, asghar, smaller, smallest. So aswa is like the worst, right? Sayyi, right? The worst, or it can be, what else? What is before worse? The bad, right, between two. So aswa unnas, the worst of people. Aswa unnas. Sariqatan. Now this here, sariqa means stealing, the masdar. Sariqa, with the task, sariqatun means stealing, is the masdar. They have the verb, saraqa, he stole. Yes, yasruku, he steals. Or is it yasruku? Yasriku. Right? Saraqa, yasriku. He steals. And isriq, if you command someone to steal, the masdar is this word here. Sariqatan. Sariqatun. The stealing, the theft. Clear? The doer, the thief, gonna be what? Sariq, right? The male thief, sariq. The female thief, Sariqatun, right? As-sariqu was-sariqatu faqata'u aydiyahuma, right? In Surah Ma'idah. The male thief and the female thief cut off their hands. So the worst of people regarding stealing. Now this here, we're going to come back to this later. Right here, this is clarifying. There's something called tamyiz. We're going to mention it for the benefit because we use it every day without realizing it. It's clarifying what you're talking about. So we said the worst of people. Now the worst of people regarding what? The worst of people regarding their speech, the worst of people regarding their character, the worst of people regarding the salah, the worst of people regarding the zakah, the worst of people regarding what? So here, you want to clarify what you're talking about. So that's the purpose of this word. It's used in a singular form and it takes fatha. So the worst of people regarding what? Regarding stealing, in stealing. Who are they? Alladhi, the one who yasriqu salata, is the one who steals his prayers. The worst of people, right? Regarding stealing, meaning the worst of thief. Right? Who's the worst of thief? The one who thief money, gold, diamond, or the one who steal his salah? Now the Prophet ﷺ, he explained how he steals his salah. La yutimmu, he does not complete. Atamma yutimmu, yutimmu means he completes, right? He does not complete. Ruku'aha, it's ruku'. Everyone knows ruku', right? It's ruku', the it is salah. Wala sujudaha, nor it's sujood. Clear? And the last hadith, وَقَالَ النَّبِيُّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ Muru awladakum bis salah. Now, muru is the command form when you commanding, command form for amara. Amara means he commanded, right? Ya'muru, he commands, right? Amrun bin ma'ruf, nahyun anil munkar, enjoining, right? Forbidding evil, right? Now, when you want to command somebody to command, one of the way is this, the plural is muru. You can say u'mur, or you can say mur or muru. Muru, not muru. Muru, right? That is the word. Just know that. Don't hurt your head how they get this word. Right? Muru, command. So the Prophet ﷺ said, command your children, awladakum bis salah, with salah. Wahum abna'u sab'i sinin. And they are the children of 7 years. Now this is an expression in Arabic, how they express age in Arabic. That's how they speak. You can say when they express age, they are the children of 7 years, meaning they are 7 years old. Right? وَضْرِبُوهُمْ, and beat them. Command form now, right? وَضْرِبُوهُمْ, and beat them عَلَيْهَا, upon it, meaning upon the salah, for the sake of the salah. وَهُمْ أَبْنَاءُ عَشْرِ سِنِينَ, and they are the children of 10 years. That's just Arabic expression, right? Nothing to explain. وَفَرِّقُوا, and separate. فَرِّقُوا, you commanding someone to separate. Right? فَرِّقُوا, separate. بَيْنَهُمْ, between them. فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ, فِي الْمَضَاجِعِ. Now, fi means, can mean in. Al-madaji is the beds. Remember, fi can means in. Another fi can means what? Regarding. So it can be in the bed or regarding the beds. So we're going to pause here, inshallah, and at 5:30 we're going to resume. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. All right. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Okay, let's finish the vocabularies. We have the option of delaying the exam. We can, next week we can complete the entire week with the program. And then toward the end of the month, we have an exam. Right? There is an option. And if we need an entire week more, we can from the 25th. From the 25th, we can add an additional week if we need it. All right. So awwal force yuhasab means he is or will be reckoned. Right? He is reckoned or will be reckoned. Who is reckoning him is not mentioned. Right? Who is reckoning him is not mentioned. Ma here in this context means alladhi, which or that. Anjaha, he succeeded. Ahammiya, importance. Yawmul qiyamah, the resurrection. Yasriqu, he is stealing or he steals. Khasira, he lost. By his past tense. The sariqa is the masdar. Right? The sariqa is the masdar, the stealing or the theft. Aswa, saluha, khaba. In this context mean if that we did. Yutimmu, he completes. The past tense for this is atamma. Right? Atamma means he completed. Right? Atamma means he completed. I completed gonna be what? No, atamma is the verb. Atamma. Now to I completed, there's a shadda on the meme there, right? There's a shadda on the meme. Atamma. Now I complete, you have to add two. And make this the last word, the last letter sukun. Remember the example we did like adda, right? With atamma, you gotta separate the two memes now. Atmamtu, right? Al-yawma akmaltu lakum dinakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati. Surah Al-Ma'idah. Right? Today I have completed wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati, and completed upon you my favor. Muru, we said, is the command form for the word amara. Right? Amara, he commanded. Now you command somebody to command. You can say u'mur or mur. U'mur or mur, the plural, muru. Or u'muru. Right? This word has two ways you can say it. Awlad, children, fasada. Ashrun, 10 or ashara also. Farriqu. Now farriqu is like allimu. Command form. Where is the past tense for farriqu? He separated gonna be what? Farraqa, right? Like allama. 7, amal can mean work, action, deed. Sinin, years. Idribu, command form for daraba, he hit. Yadribu, he hits. Abna is son. Now the expression in Arabic, son of 7 means 7 years. Madaji', bed. The singular word for madaji' is madja', right? Madja'. Mim dad with a sukoon on the dad. Ja', madja'. Clear? Okay. Ismu tafdil. Now we came across this before. We're going to go through it a little more. Ism at-tafdil. The ism at-tafdil is similar to using more or most or the ER or EST with adjectives in English, right? So you have the word kabir means big or great. So when you say in English bigger or biggest or greater or greatest, this is what you call ism tafdil in Arabic. Now in English, certain words don't have ER and EST. You use more with it, right? You use more. Right? Like the word generous. You don't say he is generouser and generousest. You say he's more generous or he is most generous. But all of this, right, you can use it with the ism tafdil form in Arabic. Now there are certain words in Arabic you can't put it in this form. Similarly, similar to English, there are certain words in English you can't use EST, like the word generous. You have to use the word more or most next to it. They have the same concept also in Arabic, right? Certain verbs, a way to know it if it doesn't go back to three-letter words. But then you have to know the verbs and you have to know what goes back to three-letter. So right now the easiest thing is just to learn it as you come across it. So let's just keep it simple for now. So we have the word kabir means big or great. That's the adjective. You want some Red Bull? Right? So the greater or greatest is going to be what? Akbar. This is ism tafdil. You put it on the scale af'al. Right? You put it on the scale of af'al. Remember we introduced scales. So ism tafdil, you put them on the scale af'al. Af'alu. So the word kabir, you have kaf, ba, ya, ra. Now this ya is an additional. The root of the word is the kaf, the ba, and the ra. So remember the fa representing the first root letter. That's the kaf. The ain representing the second root letter, which is the ba, and the lam representing the third root letter, which is the ra in this case. And then you put back the additional hamza as it is. So hamza with the a, with the kaf, you put sukoon as it, you have a sukoon here, and then the ba with a fatha, and then you put the ra, akbaru, right? Akbaru. What happened to the ya is not from the root, and there is no ya in the afdal. That's a quick breakdown. For now, the easiest way to learn it with the sound. Learn it with the sound. So we have the word kabir. To make bigger or biggest, you say akbar. Shadid means severe. To make more severe or most severe, you say ashad. Now, why this look a little bit different? Because you have two of the same letter in it. But any word like this, shadid, where you have the second and the third root letter is the same, is going to shape like this. Right? Shadid, ashad. Masrur, asar. Right? Qalil, aqal, right? Qalil, lam. Right? Any word we have the same root letter is going to shape like this. It's technically in the same scale of af'al. Right? But because it's two same letter, you have a little variation. Hasan is good. Better or best is ahsan. Kareem is generous. More or most generous is akram. Hakim is wise or just in judgment. Right? Hakim can go back to hikmah, wisdom, or it can go back to hukum, ruling. And also it can go back to ihkam, which is preciseness and perfection. So ahkam, going to be wiser or wisest or most just in judgment, or the one who is more just in judgment. Like in the Quran, وَلَعَذَابُ الْآخِرَةِ akbar, right? And verily, the punishment of the hereafter. What's the purpose of the lam? وَلَعَذَابُ. Emphasis, right? And verily, the punishment of the hereafter, mudaf and mudaf ilay, akbar, is greater. Now here's comparing two things. So use greater, right? The ER and ES is the same thing in Arabic. Here you comparing two things. The punishment of the hereafter in compared to the punishment of the dunya. So it's two punishments. So use greater, right? Antum ashaddu khalqan. The first one is for question. Antum is you. Excuse me. The second one is antum is you all, right? Referring to mankind. So are you all more severe? Now, if we ignore this khalqan, right? Let's imagine this khalqan is not here. Antum ashaddu khalqan amis sama. are you, meaning mankind, more severe amis sama, or the heavens? Now, the question is more severe in what? So to specify what you're talking about, that's why you put the masdar in mansub form. Khalqan. More severe in creation. And we just did an example here, right? Aswa unnasi sariqatan. The worst of people. Specify worst of you regarding what? Stealing. Clear? There is something you call it tamyiz in Arabic. خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم, right? We have created mankind في in أحسن, best of form, in the best of form, right? Why you use the best of form and not the better of form? Because there are many forms. There are not two forms only. There are many forms, and mankind was created in the best of form. Now in English you're going to say the best of what? Form or forms? Right, and remember this another example where the mudaf, what is meant by the mudaf is generalization, not something specific, this construction. Kareem, noble, iqra wa rabbuka al-akram. Read, wa rabbuka, and your Lord, al-akram, is the most generous, right? And your Lord is most generous. Wa anta ahkamul hakimin, you are the ahkam, the wisest or the most just of al-hakimin, judges. Hakama, he judge. Yahkumu, he judges. Uhkum, judge. The hukum is the judgment, the hukum. What's the hukum of this? What's the ruling on this? What's the judgment on this? Masdar. And the doer, the one who is carrying out the judgment, is the hakim. And the plural is hakimun or hakimin. Clear? Any question on this here so far? Okay. An introduction to the command form of verbs. So we completed the madi and the mudari. Right? In the last table we had was just the madi and the mudari. Here we're going to introduce the command form in brief. As previously described, our verbs are categorized into three tense forms: past, present, and command. Right? All the Arabic verbs is one out of these three forms. The future is making use of the present tense, right? The future makes use of the present tense and even the past tense, depending on the word used. But these are the only three form types with regards to tense they have. The command tense is used for requests or instructions. For example, in supplicating to Allah, this tense is appropriate since supplication is a request. So a more precise name that many professors, teachers, scholars of Arabic language they use is they call it the request form. Why? Out of respect for the dua. Because when you say Allahumma ghfirli, you're using the command form, grammatical command form, but you're not commanding Allah. You're supplicating to Allah, you're requesting. Right? They have a saying, if the command is to someone who is higher than you, it's a supplication or a request. If it is someone to someone lower than you, it's a commandment. And if it is someone on your same level, it's like a request also, but not a supplication. Supplication can only be with regards to Allah. Huh? What is that? What I just said? Yeah. Well, I can't recall what's the Arabic. In this section, we'll examine the formation of this tense for several verb forms. So here we have the present tense, and we just have the command form for the singular masculine, the plural masculine and the singular feminine as an introduction, right? As an introduction. But you can also command what? You can also command two individuals, masculine and feminine, and you can also command the plural feminine. Here is just an intro. So you have the word yaktubu, he writes. If you want to command a single person, masculine, to write, what you say? Uktub. What you say? Uktub. You want to command more than one to write, you say more than one, masculine, or whether there is, once there is masculine, male in the context, you say uktu, uktubu. And you're commanding a female to write uktu, uktubi. Right? Uktub, uktubu, uktubi. Yajlis, he sits.
Is it more French?
Eh?
Are there more?
Yeah, there are more forms. There are more forms. Ijlis, ijlisu, ijli, si. Right? You command your brother to sit, ijlis. Command your sister to sit, ijlisi. You commanding all the students to sit, ijli, ijlisu, ijlisu. We're gonna give a summary with all the forms, inshallah. Yadhhab, he goes. Idhhab, command one. Idhhab, idhabu. Idha, idhabi. Nam, nama, yanamu, he sleeps. You command one person to sleep, nam. More than one to sleep, you say namu. The female, one female, nami. He says qul. Right? You commanding one person to say qul. Qulu, quli. So when you get yaqulu, this is generally how the command is going to shape. Yanamu, any verb looking like this is generally how the command is going to shape. Yakidu, this is how the command is going to shape. Kid, kidu, kidi. You see the kasra, the dhamma, fatha. Right? It's going to follow. Yatlu, now words that has a weak letter at the end. When you command with it, the weak letter falls out. Utlu, utlu. Utlu ma uhiya ilayka min kitabi rabbik. Right? The surah Al-Kahf. More than one, utlu. Now this waw here is the waw for the plural, not the waw from the verb. The waw from the verb gone. When there is a weak letter in the verb, in the command form, you lose that weak letter. So you see how they have a waw added here, all right through. Now this word utlu is not the waw from the verb. It's the waw for the plural. Utlu and utli. Utli, command one female to recite. The feminine is you generally adding the ya back with the singular, right? Ya'mur, he commands. The command form is u'mur or mur, u'muru, muru, or muri, muri. Right? Not murri or mur or murru. If you double it, it's from marra yamurru, to pass by. Bashir, bashiru, bashiri. Aslim, aslimu, aslimi. Istami', right? Wastami' lima yuha. Istami'u, right? Wa idha quri'a al-Qur'an fa istami'u, fastami'u, right? Listen to it. Istami'i, commanding a female. Istaghfir, istaghfiru, istaghfiri, right? In Surah Yusuf. Yusufu a'rid an hadha, and then he turned to his wife and say, wastaghfiri li dhanbik. You wiping your sweat with the book? Right? So this is a briefing on the command form. at the end of the class, there is a way to know how to gain the command form. At the end of the class, who wants can remain, inshallah, we're going to go through it. Remember, before I leave. There is a way, there is a formula, a scientific formula, right, to derive the command form. Once you understand this formula, any command form you can derive with a scientific formula, right? That's the end of the class. Some usage of ma. In Arabic, ma is a versatile particle. What does it mean of versatile? Huh? Kinda, yeah. Was adaptable. Right? Different usage. You understand versatile? Versatile, right? Various usage adaptable to different usage. With various grammatical rules, right? What followed explain. Its function in a sentence can be often determined by context. Below are some main uses of ma. Now we're just exposing you to various meaning or usage of ma. Some of these may have conditions. We're not going to go through the conditions. Just to keep it simple. So ma can be used as a relative pronoun. Someone was asking me, what's the meaning of ism mawsu, alladhi and allati, and what is it in our English? Right, like word like alladhi, allati, alladhina, alladhani, allatani, right? That mean which or those or that. You call them asmaul mawsul in Arabic. In English, you call them relative pronoun. Those names doesn't matter, right? What matter is the concept. So one of the function of ma is that it can have the meaning of that or which or what, as in that which. It can also convey the meaning of man, meaning who, right? For example, la a'budu ma ta'budun. I am not worshipping that which, what you are worshipping, right? Meaning, la a'budu alladhi ta'budun. La a'budu alladhi ta'budun. I am not worshipping that which you are worshipping. Or it can mean, la a'budu alladhina ta'budun. So ma can use for singular or plural, right? I am not worshipping those that you are worshipping, that which you are worshipping. يَعْلَمُونَ مَا تَفْعَلُونَ, right? In Surah Infitar, talking about kiram and katibin, the noble angels, the noble scribes. No, there is a description for the angels who writing the deeds. It's not the name. Some people think kiram is the name for the angels on the right, and katibin for the angels on the left. That is a big misunderstanding. Kiram means noble, is the plural for karim. Karim, noble, more than one noble individual is kiram. And katibin is the plural for katib, meaning scribe. More than one scribe is katibun, katibin. Right? So the noble scribes, ya'lamun, they know, ma taf'alun, that which you are doing. Alladhi taf'alun, allati taf'alun, right? That which you are doing. Yaf'aluna ma yu'marun. Speaking about the angels, yaf'alun, they do ma yu'marun, that which, whatever they are commanded to do. Yaf'alun alladhi yu'marun. They do that which they are commanded to do. Clear? The first meaning of ma, right? And we did quite a few examples of this before. Another meaning of ma as a negation for both verbal and nominal sentences. Generally, when negating a nominal sentence, be can be added to what is being negated. Can be, right? Don't have to. So, for example, ma wadda'aka rabbuka. Wadda'aka means forsake. Ka, you. Rabbuk, your Lord. So, ma wadda'aka, your Lord has not forsaken you. Wa ma qala, nor, right, did he qala. Qala means hate. Qala means hate. One of the mean word for hate. Nor did he hate you. The you is understood. فَمَا تَنْفَعُهُمْ شَفَاعَةُ الشَّافِعِينَ, right? مَا تَنْفَعُهُمْ, تَنْفَعُ means benefit, whom, them, shafa'a, intercession, shafi'in, of the intercessors. Dual form, right? Shafa'a, he intercede, right? Interceded. And the yashfa'u, he intercedes, present tense. Ishfa', the command to intercede, right? Ishfa' li, intercede for me. عند المدير, with the principal, right? You go to somebody, you fail your exam, you said ishfa' li عند المدير, intercede with me with the principal, right? And then you have the intercession. What is the intercession? The masdar. It's in front of everybody. Shafa'a, right? This is the masdar, right? Shafa'a. And the one who is interceding, it's in front of your eyes. You left home your glasses, or you don't wear glasses? Why y'all zooming in so with your eyes? Huh? Where is the doer form? In shafi', shafa'a, he intercede. On the scale fa'il, shafi'. So the plural for shafi' going to be what? Shafi'un or shafi'in? Now why is shafi'in here? Somebody, anybody? Huh? Where is the kasra? Now why is shafi'in? We want an advanced answer. And not shafi'un. Why? Yesterday exercise. Why is well, because of the mudaf and mudaf ilay. Remember the mudaf ilay, the second word in the mudaf construction, has to be majrur. And the majrur form of shafi'un is shafi'in. وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ. Sahibukum, your companion, ma is not, majnoon is mad, right? Is not mad. Now, as we mentioned, if it is used in nominal sentence, the thing that you're negating mad from your companion. What happened there now? Okay. Right, you're negating mad from companion. So you can use this be. This be here, it doesn't have a meaning in English. But it is a form of emphasis, but you wouldn't translate it as verily. It's a form of adding some meaning to the sentence. So you can, if you take out this be, you can say وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ مَجْنُونًا. مَا صَاحِبُكُمْ مَجْنُونًا. Right? I'm looking for an example without the be. All right. Right, وَمَا صَاحِبُكُمْ بِمَجْنُونَ وَمَا هُوَ بِقَوْلِ شَيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ. Right, this be going with the ma. So وَمَا هُوَ, it is not قَوْلُ شَيْطَانِ الرَّجِيمِ, the statement of an accursed devil. So why is it not? Statement of. So you can put a be next to it. Right, وَمَا. If you don't use the be, then generally it's going to be in a fatha state. If you don't use the be. So that's second purpose for ma. So one is, it has the meaning of alladhi, that which, what. And the second is the negation for both nominal and verbal sentence. Okay. For asking questions, right? This clear. Right? وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ. What makes you know what is the night of decree? مَا سَلَكَكُمْ. What entered you into the Saqar. Saqar is a name for the fire of hell. Right? We did a lot of those. Okay. Some types of wow. Some type of wow. In Arabic, waw is also a versatile particle, meaning has various functions, grammatical functions. Now, this is important to note because most people, they only know waw means and some may know another famous meaning is what waw can mean. Huh? Huh?
Also.
Yeah, and. They're going to fall under an. And it can mean while, it can mean swear, right? So an and swear, those are the two most famous. Here as a conjunction similar to an in English, this is the most famous one, right? It connects word, phrase, or clause, linking them together. The primary most frequent use. أَلَمْ نَجْعَلِ الْأَرْضَ مِهَادًا وَالْجِبَالَ أَوْتَادًا وَخَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا وَجَعَلْنَا نَوْمَكُمْ سُبَاتًا. Right? Have we not made the earth as a bed and the mountains as pegs and created you as wives? So now this and, it's linking all of these two together. So when you hear, because it's conjunction, is going to mean, have we not made the earth as a bed, and have we not made the mountains as pegs, and have we not made you in pairs? Where we get have we not made repeated because the an is a conjunction an for the purpose of atf. Call it atf. That's what is meant by conjunction or atf. You call it atf in Arabic. Now there's another type of an that I didn't mention here. I add it and I delete it because it can confuse the situation. And that is to start, if you understand it, you understand it. To start a whole new meaning that is not linked to the previous meaning. For example, if we were to understand this waw to be that second and, if we were to understand this waw to be the other and, we call it waw al-isti'nafiyya. Right? What is the meaning of it? This waw is starting a whole new meaning, not connected to the previous. Here, the waw here is atf, is linking, is conjunction, right? It's the link. So here, have we not made the earth as a bed and the mountains as pegs is going to mean, and have we not made the mountains as pegs, because it's linking before. Now look here, and created you as pairs, right? Or created you in pairs. So if it is as a atf, linking is going to mean, and have we not created you in pairs. But now if this waw here is isti'nafiyya, what is going to mean? Is Allah is saying, have we not made the earth as a bed and the mountain as pegs? Have we not made the mountain as pegs? Full stop. And then new phrase, we have created you in pairs. It's not asking now. It's not a continuation. It's telling you something. So this is established. We have created you in pairs. Understand the difference? The first one is atf, linking, the regular usage of waw. The second one is isti'nafiyya. You're starting up something new. Right? Eh? Delineation. Right? Text. You got to text the word. We're going to put it in the new edition. Right? If you understand it, you understand. If you don't understand, don't hurt your head. You get a lot of time. Right? You're barely touching on the surface of Arabic. Right? We're barely touching. Introduction. So that's the main meaning of an, right? Ja'a Muhammad wa Umar wa Ahmad. Right? Muhammad came and Umar came and Ahmad came. Right? Linking all of them. You don't have to say Ja'a Muhammad wa Ja'a Umar wa Ja'a Ahmad. Just by saying an, you mean all of them came. Clear? Now if I say Ja'a Umar wa Ra'aytu Ahmad. Umar came and I saw Ahmad. right? Any link? Not necessary. So that can be the second type of the wow, depending on the context. Right? You establishing two separate. Umar came, one fact, you're done. And I saw Ahmad, nothing to do with Umar coming. And there is a lot in the Quran. And in certain contexts, it may carry both meaning. And that's where you have variation in the tafsir. And most of the time when it carry both meaning is what is the word? Is intended. To present an oath, right, signifies a pledge or swearing by something. The word after it is majroor. Wal asri, right, by the time. Now when you see, this is a sign that this waw is signifying an oath. Because if you say wal asru, it's going to be and the time. But wal asri, by time. Wal asri means by time. So this waw here is like a preposition, right? It's like a preposition. By time. إن الإنسان لفي خسر زعم الذين كفروا ألن يبعثوا. Now look here. قل بلى, say bala, indeed, right? Yes, indeed. زعم الذين كفروا ألن يبعثوا. The disbelievers claim they will not be resurrected. The general meaning, right? We just focus on the waw. قل, say, bala, yes, indeed, rather you're going to be resurrected. وَرَبِّي لَتُبْعَثُنَّ وَرَبِّي لَتُبْعَثُنَّ. Here is not and my Lord you are going to be resurrected. The meaning doesn't synchronize. And my Lord you're going to be resurrected. No, what it mean? By my Lord you're going to be resurrected. Say yes, I swear by my Lord you're going to be resurrected. Clear? Say yes, Qul bala. They're claiming that they're not going to be resurrected. Qul bala, indeed. Wa rabbi latub'athunna. By my Lord, you're going to be resurrected. It's not an. And even if you translate an, it doesn't sync. An to what? Right? And it's not none of the two an that we mentioned. Not atf nor isti'naf. It's not the waw to link nor the waw to start a new sentence. My Lord, you are going to be resurrected. No meaning, right? By my Lord, you're swearing. By Allah, you're going to be resurrected. Right? So there's Rabbi. Now here, because when you say Rabbi, the ba going to take a kasra because of the ya. And also because of the waw. So it's not necessarily going to be, the sign here is not clear for the one who is reading. Swearing by anyone other than Allah is prohibited, right? With this fact for just students. When he swears by something, it gets importance and significance. The next one, to describe the state or condition of a subject at the time of an action. Here it is translated as while or as. While or as. Right? While mainly. وَيَحْلِفُونَ عَلَى الْكَذِبِ وَهُمْ يَعْلَمُونَ. And they swear, right? They are swearing upon a lie, وَهُمْ يَعْلَمُونَ. And they know, meaning while they know. Meaning they are swearing and lying while they know. فَأَخَذَتْهُمُ الصَّاعِقَةُ. The thunderbolt took them. Right? The punishment of the thunderbolt, the heavy cry, the loud scream that Allah destroyed them with, took them. And what was the state in which they were when it took them? وَهُمْ يَنْظُرُونَ. While they were looking. Right? They are looking at the sky and the thunderbolt took them same time. So for example, you say, جَاءَ مُحَمَّدْ وَهُوَ يَضْحَكُ. Literally it means, جَاءَ Muhammad, Muhammad came, and huwa, he, yadhak, is laughing. Muhammad came and he is laughing. What's the and there? The and there doesn't mean and, right? Because Muhammad came, you're not counting, okay, he came and he laughed and he drank, and you're not counting different things that he doing. No, you're describing the state in which he came. Ja'a Muhammad, Muhammad came whilst laughing. Clear? This wow? How you know? The context, right? Because that's the easiest way right now. There's conditions to it. But the easiest way right now is just stick to the context. For the Quran, these are just guidelines for you. Don't apply it. Study the meaning, study the tafsir now, and then you understand. But you don't go do tafsir of the Quran applying, right? Still got far way more to go. Like for example, وقال اركبوا فيها بسم الله مجريها ومرساها. What is the next verse? The next verse. وهي تجري بهم في موج كالجبال ونادى نوح ابنه. If you translate it literally, and it is sailing in waves like mountains, and Nuh called out to his son. If you understand it as wa'atf, linking two things, what's the two things linking? Two different events? No, that is not what is meant. Meaning, while it was sailing in the waves like mountains, Nuh called out to his son. Clear? That is one of the signs that is not atf. That is not a regular linking, because it doesn't really produce a proper meaning if you understand it like that. Read, study, and rewrite the following Arabic sentences. Read, study, and rewrite the following Arabic sentences. هذا ما أردت. اقرأ ما في الكتاب. Right? This is a writing exam. Practice. Okay. That's homework. 16th. Huh? There is it. You read, you study, and you write it back. Write it back to get practice with the writing. This is mustahab, right? This one is now wajib. Mustahab. At least read and study. If you don't know the meaning, write it back. The 12th lesson. All right. We're going to skip the 12th lesson. Like I mentioned, we're not gonna. Earlier I mentioned that we're gonna double up the lesson today, and Monday finish off to try do the exam on Wednesday, and Thursday discuss the exam. But we're not gonna bother rush it. So long as everyone can come back from the 25th. It don't necessarily has to be 4:30. We can for just like an hour. If we need to complete the book, we're gonna see, and then we're gonna do the exam then. So you get a period, 2 weeks. That 2 weeks I'm not gonna be around, so that's why not the right after. So the program finishing the 7th. I'm gonna be missing from the 10th to the 11th to the 20th. I'm not going to be around from the 11th to the 20th. So the 25th is going to be the following Monday. If we need it, we're going to continue, finish off wherever left off, and do the exam after that. Right? So that's it. Any objection to that is the plan right now. If any objection, right, you're going to text me. Brothers or sisters, if that's not going to be convenient for anyone, let me know, so we're going to know how to move next week. Now, let's do some of the conversations, since we didn't do conversation in a while. We don't have much remaining, inshallah. How many pages remaining? This is, we are on the page 31. We have to reach 38. We're gonna finish, inshallah. Okay. تفضل هذه 50 dinar. Finish that. الوحدة العاشرة. On the 10th unit. العرض, the display. You can check the recording from after, can we do some new principles from after us. الحوار الأول, the first conversation. Now this word حوار, we mentioned it before, but is on the which scale? The present tense, past tense, masdar, command, doer, object. Huh? Which fa'il? Fa'il, حوار, fa'il. Which scale? It's a masdar, right? Like which other word? Which other masdar? Why this mouse keep running away? Which other word? Hiwar. We did song like this. Hiwar. We did a few. Hiwar, zawaj. Two different. First vowel wrong. Za. Hi. Hiwar. Hiwar. That means you're not been singing those conjugation. Hiwar, hiwar. Yesterday, up to yesterday we did. Nifaq, right? Nifaq, hypocrisy. Hiwar. What else? Jihad. Qital. Right? We do all, right? Qital, jihad, nifaq, hiwar. So if jihad, what's the verb for jihad? Jahada. The verb for hiwar gonna be? If the verb for jihad is jahada, hawara. The verb for hiwar gonna be hawara. The doer for jihad is what? The doer for jahada. The doer for jahada. The whole American know the doer for jahada. What is it? If I go ask somebody outside, they're gonna know. Hindu, Christian, Buddhist, anybody. The doer for jahada. Who is the person? That's the masdar. Jihad is the masdar. Mujahid. I sure you go ask any kuffar outside who's a mujahid. They're going to tell you. They know mujahid. Mujahideen. They know mujahideen good. Right, brother Farouk? Yeah, they hear the order a lot. So if the doer for jihad and jahada is mujahid, the doer for hiwar, muhawir, right? Muhawir. So a muhawir is somebody in a conversation, right? So we have a conversation. So the zawja is a muhawira, and the zawj is the muhawir. الزوجة كيف الجو في الخارج. كيف, how, الجو is the weather. في, in, الخارج here means outside. Al-Kharij means outside, right? This word Al-Kharij is used for outside. Ad-Dakhil is used for inside. Az-Zawj, As-Sama'u tumtiru al-an. As-Sama'u tumtiru al-an. The sky, tumtir means is raining. The sky is raining now. Al-an. هذا فصل الخريف. This is the fasl of Kharif. Here fasl means what? Look at the context. The sky is raining now. And this is the season, right? The season of Al-Kharif is, what is Kharif? Which one are the season? The season of? Winter is Shita. Saif is Rihlata shita'i was saif. There's two seasons in Quran, right? Shita is winter, saif is summer, Rabi' is spring, and Kharif is fall. Rabi', right? Rabi'. They just use Rabi' in Arabic as a metaphor. Right? So Kharif is fall. Kharif is fall. الزوجة ثوبك مبتل أين المعطف. The zawj speaking to the wife speaking to the husband. ثوبك, ثوب is ثوب, right? Your gown. Mubtal, wet. Mubtal is wet. Aina, where? Al-mi'taf. Al-mi'taf is the jacket or the coat, right? The jacket or the coat. Taraktuhu fi sharika. Taraktuhu fi sharika. I left it in the company, right? Or no, company better. The company. I left it. Taraktu, in the company. Wa ayna al-midalla. And where is the midalla? Midalla is umbrella. Taraktuha fi sayyara. I left it in the car. Right? Mi'taf is masculine, so you say hu. And midalla is feminine, you say ha. الزوجة اشرب هذا الشاي. Command, right? Ishrab, drink this tea. هذا الشاي. Now هذا means this. الشاي is the tea. Remember we said هذا with an alif and lam can mean this is the or this straight to the thing. So this by itself can mean this is the tea or this tea. This tea. Well, obviously with the context is going to mean this tea. Drink this tea. Not drinks, this is the tea. Huwa dafi. It is dafi. Dafi means warm. Dafi, warm. Barakallahu feek. Right? Barakallah. Baraka means blessed. Allah, fika, right? Literally in you. But he said baraka is used with fi, right? May Allah bless you. May Allah bless you. May Allah bless you. And it's literally, it means what? Allah blessed you. Remember, it's past tense, but used for dua. هل نذهب إلى السوق الآن؟ نذهب, we are going, right? Hal for question, ila to السوق market. Al-an is now. Are we going to the market? Now. الزوج الماء كثير جدا في الخارج. Right? The water is كثير, is a lot, very a lot in the outside, right? In the outside, right? In the outside. That's how they speak. In English, you just say the water is a lot outside. The water is a lot outside. But most of the time, use fil kharij or fil dakhil. When you want to say inside, outside, fil kharij, fil dakhil. الزوج ماذا تفعل? What are you doing? نبقى الليلة في البيت. نبقى means we remain or we are remaining. نبقى, yeah, مظلة. مظلة means umbrella. مظلة means umbrella. The thing that gives you dhil, right? سبعة يظلهم الله في ظله, right? Dhil means shade. Midalla is the thing that gives you shade. The instrument for shade, umbrella. انطلقوا إلى ظل ذي ثلاث شعب. Right? Dhil. Nabqa means we remain or we are remaining. Right? Nabqa, we remain or we are remaining. We remain al-layla, tonight. Al-layla by itself means the night. But here, where she's saying we are remaining, the night meaning we're remaining, when we are remaining in the night, tonight. Fil bayt, in the house. So tonight is, if you put fatha on the night, it becomes tonight. Al-laylata, nabqa al-laylata fil bayt. Nabqa al-laylata fil bait. وَنَذْهَبُ غَدًا إِلَى السُّوقِ, and we go tomorrow to the market, insha'Allah. هَذِهِ فِكْرَةٌ طَيِّبَةٌ. This is a fikra is, we did fikra, remember, right? Huh? Idea or, we said? Right, the idea or thought, طَيِّبَةٌ, good, right? هَذِهِ فِكْرَةٌ طَيِّبَةٌ. All right, let me run through this one. Make sure you're writing down the meaning, right? Write down the meaning. Memorize the conversation, or at least read them a lot. Read them so your tongue, it can flow on your tongue. Because of the nature of the class, we can't read. But maybe if we can organize a reading for everybody, at least read out everything once for the brothers and the sisters. If you can read in Arabic, regular Arabic is not like Quran. Some people, you can read Quran fluently. When you reach to the regular Arabic, it's a different tongue twister sometimes if you're not accustomed to it. Badr, conversation between Hassan and Badr. Assalamu alaikum ya Badr. O Badr, ana Hassan, I am Hassan. Atakallamu min London. Atakallamu, I am speaking. Min, from London. I'm speaking from London. Atakallamu min London. Right? Putting the vowel here if you need it. Atakallamu min London. Wa alaykumus salam ahlan wa sahlan ya Hassan. Everything good? Kayfa al-jawu fil London. How is the jaw in London? Al-jawu baridun fi London. The jaw is barid. What is barid? Cool. In London. هذا فصل الشتاء. This is the season of shita, of winter, right? This is the winter season, the season of winter. So far we did fasl means, can mean classroom, and it can mean season, right? The word fasl means, literally comes from the idea of separating and distinguishing. So classrooms, right, it is the separation within a school. Seasons is the separation within the seasons of the atmosphere, the climate of the year. هَذَا يَوْمُ الْفَصْلِ. This is the day of fasl. How is it the day of judgment? Is the day of fasl, right? Separating the good from the bad, the believer from the disbeliever, people of Jannah from the people of hell, and so on. كَمْ دَرَجَةُ الْحَرَارَةِ فِي London. Kam is how much, right? Daraja is? No, daraja by itself. Level. Daraja by itself is level, right? Harara is heat. Harara is heat. So darajatul hararati, the level of the heat. That's the terminology for temperature. Yeah, or how hot, right? Or even temperature, whether it's cold or hot. Right? The level of the heat, what's the temperature? Fi London. So how much is the level of the heat in London? Now why is it we did kam? The word after kam that you count in has to be singular fatha. Why this word is dhamma, and it's not a mistake. Now when you're answering this question, what is the temperature? What are you going to say? It is 50 temperature, or is 50 degrees? Degrees. So this word here is not representing the thing that you count in. If you were to ask how much degrees, then you will have put fatha. Right? How much degrees? But here he's asking, it's like kam umruk. How much is your age? But how you count in your age? Years. So if he was to say how many years, you're going to say kam sanatan umruk. So the thing you count in is missing. It's understood in the sentence. Hassan tahta sifri, under as-sifr. As-sifr is 0. Kayfa al-jawu fi Riyadh. How is the jaw in Riyadh? Right? Everyone knows Riyadh. Kan al-jawu haran. The jaw was haran. Right? We understand why this is marfu and this is mansub. Right? Kana, the cover of kana, the predicate of kana, it's fatha state or mansub. Wa huwa al-ana mu'tadilun. and it is al-an now. Mu'tadil means moderate. Mu'tadil means moderate. Har means hot. Mu'tadil means moderate. كم درجة الحرارة في الرياض؟ درجة الحرارة 20. The temperature is 20. In Riyadh they use, in Saudi they use Celsius. Right? درجة الحرارة 20. هل ستقضي العطلة في London? Where is العطلة? We did عطلة. Holiday, right? تقضي, when it used in the context of holiday, it means spend. So تقضي, you spend. ستقضي, will you will spend. هل, make it question. Will you spend? هل ستقضي العطلة في London? Will you spend the holiday in London? لا سأقضيها. No. سأقضيها. I will spend it في تونس. Right? Tunus in Arabic, inshallah. Right? Tunis. Clear? Huh? That is it? Tunis is Tunisia? Well, Tunis, right in next, in the, where is it next to? Clear? We have, okay. All right. We have one more lesson for the wihda. You want to cover it? Huh? One more lesson for the wahda. No, for this unit. All got to do with, let's cover it. If anyone, remember after, remind me what I had to do? Something I said I'm going to explain after the class. Of the past tense. Okay. الجو معتدل هذه الأيام. The weather is معتدل. معتدل means moderate, right? معتدل means moderate. هذه, these days. الأيام is days. هذه here means these. Doesn't mean this. These days. Why they use this to means these? If the plural is broken, you can use the feminine, the singular feminine form of the word to represent it. If the plural is broken. Or if the plural is غير عاقل, it's not an intellectual plural, right? Like books and pens and so. If it's broken or is not an intellectual plural, you can use the singular feminine word to represent it. So, الجو معتدل هذه الأيام. These days. هذا فصل الربيع. This is the season of spring. فصل الربيع is season of spring. Alhamdulillah. ذهب الصيف. The summer went. وذهب الحر. And the heat went. Al-har is the hotness, right? The heat or the hotness. وذهب الشتاء. And the winter went. وذهب البرد. And the cold went. Clear? Right? All these simple words. أين سنقضي عطلة الأسبوع. So نقضي now is we spend. Right? Before was تقضي and أقضي. I spend, you spend. Here نقضي, we spend. Where will we spend the عطلة of the أسبوع, the holiday of the week? Holiday of the week, we said it means what? Weekend. Right? Holiday of the week means weekend. نذهب إلى الشاطئ. We go to the شاطئ. What is شاطئ? Beach. شاطئ, beach. What is desert? What is desert? الشاطئ بعيد. The شاطئ is, the beach is far. نذهب إلى البر. We will go to the bar. Now bar literally means land, right? In the Quran, fil barri wal bahr, right? In the land and in the sea, right? يعلم ما في البر والبحر. You know what's in the land and know what's in the sea, right? أحلت لكم صيد حرمت عليكم صيد البحر صيد البر. Where is the verse? أحل first. أحل لكم صيد البحر ما Where the voice ذهب. Where is it? No, not. وحرم عليكم صيد البر ما دمتم حرما. Right? Sayd, the hunt of the bar, of the land, is haram upon you so long as you are muhrim, right? You're in Hajj or Umrah. So bar literally means, it means land. Now in the context of picnicking and holiday, when they say they're going to go to the land, is referring to like an open place that people can pitch tent and chill out and camp out. Right? An open place, not next to the ocean. It's an open like in the desert. Yeah, like the campground and so. Well, in here you see there's no trees and so the desert area. هذه فكرة طيبة. This is a good idea. نذهب إلى البر. سأحضر الخيمة والسجادة. Now أحضر means I bring. سأحضر I will bring. أحضر he brought. أحضر أحضر he brought. يحضر he brings. Right? أحضر يحضر. This is like which word? Quick. No. Which verb? What the conjugation is like which verb? Aslama. Aslama yuslimu. Uslimu. Right? Ahsana yuhsinu uhsinu. So it's like that. Ahsana ahdara yuhdiru. I will bring. Al-khayma is tent. Sajjada is the mats. Sa'uhdiru at-ta'am wa-sharab. I will bring the food and the drink. Usrati satahduru ma'i. My family. Usrati. My family. Satahduru will come. Right now this is tahduru. This is hadara yahduru. 3-letter. My family will come ma'i with me. The 4-letter word is to bring. And the 3-letter form is to come. Usrati satahduru ma'i aydan. My family will come with me also. Why tahduru? Because remember we did just now. Hiya tahdur. Right? Hiya with ta. She. Hiya taktub, hiya tajlis, hiya tuslim. So feminine is with the ta. So with this, we finish the conversation. Review them, digest them, read them a lot. We're officially finished. Anyone who wants to leave can leave, inshallah. We're going to take 5 minutes to go through what we explained. We're going to upload it also on the YouTube. So if anyone miss it, they can get it from the YouTube, inshallah. Okay, so we said this is extra. That's an extra piece of information. If you get it, you get it. Alhamdulillah. If you don't get it, don't worry. Just memorize the verbs in the regular way. The formula for the past tense. Correct? The formula for what? The command. That's, yeah, sleeping. He wasn't here. You were here? The formula for the command. This is the formula. You ready? Present tense. Present tense. Open bracket. We're making up a formula here. Present tense, open bracket. Right? You know BODMAS. Everybody knows BODMAS? Remove letter of present tense plus make majzoom equal command. Right? Present tense of second person. Why the present tense of second person? Because you command in the second person. Right? You're not going to point to Muhammad and say, go, and you're talking to Ahmad in front of you. Right? The command is second person. All the command form. Because you command in the person you're speaking to. Right? This is the formula. Right? Let me explain the formula. So, the second person, the present tense, for you right is what? Tak tubu. Oh, we left out what, there's a piece of, we got to put a footnote here. We can put a footnote there. Right? Number one, this is a footnote. We're going to explain that footnote. Taktubu is what? You write. Taktubu is you write. No, it can't be she write. Why? We're talking, remember you can only command the second person with the command tense. If you want command this third person, you gotta use a different structure altogether. But the command tense is for the second person. When I say eat, drink, sleep, do your work, who is speaking to? The person away or the person in front of me? They're the person in front of me. So the first thing we got to do, remove the letter of the present tense. This is the letter of the present tense. Why we remove it? Because we're not no longer present tense anymore. So we got to get rid of the sign of the present tense. The concept clear? These letters, aktub, ajlis, najlis, yaktub, all of these, you call them the letters of mudari'. Now we're moving out from mudari' to command. So we got to get rid of the mudari' sign, the present tense sign. So that is, take out that. So we get now the command form is built or fixed in the majzoom state. The command form is fixed on the majzoom state. When you make something command, you put in it in majzoom state. Now what is majzoom? What state represents majzoom? Sukun, right? Sukun. So we have to change the verb now to the majzoom state. Now, the regular verb, how you change it to the majzoom state? Put the sukun. Now we get a problem. Now this problem is the footnote. So this is the command here. This is the command. Tub. Tub. You hearing it? Tub. That's the command. But what's the footnote? We get a problem. If sentence begin with this word, remember you're going to need hamzatul wasl to pronounce it. You need hamzatul wasl to pronounce it. So if the word end up starting with a sukun, you do what you do with any word that starts with a sukun. You put hamzatul wasl. Now, which vowel you put? You look at the middle. If it is dhamma, you put dhamma. If it's not dhamma, you put kasra. If it's dhamma, you put dhamma. If it's not dhamma, meaning if it's fatha or kasra, you put kasra. It's either dhamma or kasra. And you can, if you understand this, in many places in the Quran, remember in the Quran, they don't write the vowel in the Madina Mus'haf print, they don't write the vowel on the Hamzatul Wasl. So how you know it? With this principle. Let's use another example. Where's you sit? Tajlis. You sit? Tajlis. Right? So the command for write, uktub. Now if I put Ya Muhammad in front, or Ya Ahmad, let me say Ya Ahmad for fast right. What are we going to say? Remember this is Hamzatul Wasl. You don't pronounce it in the middle. So you're going to say Ya Ahmaduktub. Straight, right? Ya Ahmaduktub. Ya Ahmaduktub. Clear? Now, tajlisu. Tajlisu, you are sitting, you sit. So what we do to form the command form, right? Easy, right? We all know is ijlis, but if we apply the principle, right? Take out the ta and make this here majzoom, sukun. Now we end up without with a sukun in the beginning of the word. So what we do? Put a hamzatul wasl to pronounce it. Now it's not dhamma, we put kasra. Once it's not dhamma, we put kasra, whether it's fatha or kasra. Clear? Now let me give another example for a word that wouldn't end up with a sukun. The word tuslimu. The word tuslimu. The word tuslim comes from which word? Right? From aslama. Now you pay attention here. This hamza is from the verb itself. Now, words aslama, like on this scale, ahsana, amana, right? Akhraja. When you making it in the present tense, to facilitate the letter of the present tense, you take out this. So aslama, you don't say tu simu, tu how are you gonna tu slimu? You don't say all that. You take it out. Remember, this is the letter of the present tense. Like katab, like here. This here was what? Jalasa. Right? This was jalasa. Now, there is no issue if you add the letter of the present tense. There is no issue going to arrive. Nothing needs to be taken out. But aslama, if you add here, we can say tu uslimu, you get tu sukun, or even if you say tu aslimu, difficulty. So this hamza is removed to facilitate the letter of the mudari. Right? Just conscious of that. Aslama, we say tuslimu, remove that hamza there. That hamza is from the verb. So now, in the command form, when we remove back the mudari letter to form the command form, we put back the hamza. Remove the letter, remove the mudari letter, we put back the hamza because there's nothing obstructing it anymore. Remember, this hamza is from the verb. And then we make the verb majzoom. As lim. As lim. Now this is the formula, how it came about. Now when you get accustomed to it directly, you don't need this, right? You memorize the conjugation for each verb pattern, you get it automatically. Now let's use it for a plural. That is where you can apply it if you're in doubt. Let's say you want to command, two boys. You want to command two boys to sit. So you two are sitting is what? Where is you two are sitting? Tajli Sani, right? Tajli Sani. Antuma Tajli Sani. Correct? Antuma Tajli Sani. Clear? Remember the command for feminine, you just always end up with a ya at the end. like uktub, uktubi, right? We did a few just now. Aslim, aslimi. With the same concept, you're going to see how you end up like that. So, antuma tajlisani. What we got to do? Remove the letter of the mudari. Remove the ta. So, remove the ta. And we got to make the word majzoom. Now, how we make the dual majzoom? We make the dual majzoom by removing this noon. So now we end up with this. And you got to put the hamzatul wasl. Ijlisa. So when you command in two parts, you say ijlisa. There are 5 words, 5 verbs. You make it majzoom by removing the noon. The dual, the plural for the dual for all the forms. The plural for the masculine. So like for example, they is yajlisuna. If you have to make that majzoom, you got to take out yajlisu. Or even mansoob, you take it out. Now let's look at you feminine sitting. Where is you are sitting, feminine? Tajlisina. Right? Clear? You feminine sitting is tajlisina. ماذا تطلبين من الطعام؟ ماذا تفضلين؟ Clear? Huh? You look last. You feminine. What is the you feminine for? For Yuslim. You accepts Islam is what? You accept Islam is Tuslim. Now if you're speaking to a female, what are you going to say? Tusli, Tuslimina. Right? Tuslimina. You feminine are teaching. You are teaching tu'allimu. You feminine tu'allimina. Right? Tu'allimina. You're adding a ya and a noon. So now we're going to command you feminine. Same thing. Take out the letter of mudari, the letter representing the present tense. And then we got to make it majzoom. And this here, you make it majzoom by taking out the noon. That's how you end up with li, si, and you put the hamzatul wasl to pronounce it. Ijlisi. Ijlisi. That's how you end up with ijlisi. So if we use aslama for this. So you feminine accepting Islam is what? Huh? Tusli mina. Right? Tusli mina. Correct? You feminine accepting Islam or submitting to slimina. From what? From aslama. Right? So we got to remove the letter of mudari. Now because this word originally had a what? A hamza at the end. You return the hamza after you remove the letter of mudari. Can you remember the letter of mudari? The present tense letter is what removed the hamza. So if it's not there, you replace the hamza. Like what we did with aslam just now. Clear? So you remove the letter of present tense, return the hamza. So you're going to be as-li. And then you make it majzoom. How you make it majzoom? Taking out the noon. So you're going to be asli, mi, asli, mi. Clear? That is just with regards to the formula if you want to know how they came about with it. But easier than all of this, you just keep memorizing a few patterns. Right? Just memorize a few patterns and you're going to get it automatically. Yeah, dual commands are the same for male and female because the second person for male and female is the same. So the command form going to be the same. The feminine plural. Now this is a question answering. What's the feminine second person plural for sitting? The feminine second person, that is Antunna, right? Antunna. You all are sitting. Antunna. Taj. Listener. Antunna. Taj. Listener. Antunna. Taj. Listener. This noon, you call it the noon or noon and niswa, the noon of the woman. Right? You see it in the feminine plural. You see it in the second person plural, the first person plural, right? You all are sitting. They all are sitting is what? Yajlisna, right? Right there. Noon and niswa. Now when noon and niswa is added to a verb, it makes the verb mabni. Remember we did mabni? What mabni means? It fix. It fix it. It can't change. Right? That is the strength of the niswa. So once the noon and niswa enters a verb, that's it. You're not bending, twisting, nothing. So you got to remember that. Now let's continue. Making it command. So we got to remove the letter of mudari. Now remember, to make this here, all the verbs are marfu by default. And we got to make it what? Madzum, sukun state. But now it's fixed. So it's going to look the same in all of its states. So nothing here is going to change. Ij, lis, na. And then you put here to pronounce the sukun. Same thing with the aslam. Right? Tuslimna. You remove the ta, become aslimna. Right? So if you want command a group of women to accept Islam, you say aslimna. Command them to slit, you say ijlisna. So once you add this noon to a verb, that's it. We done?
Yeah.
Your brain shattered? Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.